Hey everybody, I'm Sari Custer and this is Sari on Science for Arizona Science Center. As you can see, I'm not at the Science Center. I'm at home, safe social distancing, much like all of you. So thank you for doing your part to help keep our community safe and healthy. As most of you are already home, you're probably looking for more things to do. So if you haven't already checked it out, go to azscience.org. We've got all kinds of resources for you. So if you're an educator, a parent, a student, kid, all ages, whoever you are, we've got some really cool science for you to be able to do at home. So from videos to DIYs, activities, it's all right there at azscience.org. Also, every day we've got a 9:30 live for you, particularly for the early learners in that pre-K to second grade range. And then at 1 o'clock every day, we've got an activity like this one. So as those of you who are joining us live may have already seen in the description, today we're talking about some science party tricks, some physics party tricks specifically. Now, how many of you have been to a party and just wanted to spice it up a little bit? Okay, I've been there. And I've known some people who are always the life of the party. My grandfather, for one, so hi Grandpa. He's always been the life of the party, so I wanted to be able to pull a couple of good party tricks in so that you can learn how to do these and do them yourself. Now, I want you to be very careful because we're going to use a little fire and a little heat today, but just simple stuff like a votive candle. So let's take a look at some of the equipment we're going to use today. It's stuff that you would find at a dinner party. So plate, I've got a little votive candle, wine glass, there's a place setting over here. I'm sure you are all very excited to see this one. I've got a bowl of ice water on this side, a soda can. So if you are at a party that has soda, this one's going to be a good one, and I'll show you how to do all of these as we go. So really simple stuff. I'm also going to be, of course, keeping safety first here today since I am going to use a little fire and heat. So some splash goggles for me here. Let's just get started. I'm going to do this one. I've got something heating up behind me here, but I'm going to start over on this side. So if you have a plate, and this is a full-on, porcelain plate, you're going to take a napkin or a paper towel and get it wet. Now I'm just going to dip it over here in my bowl of ice water. It doesn't have to be cold water, but get it wet. It doesn't have to be soaking wet, so squeeze most of it out. And then you're going to stretch it back out into a full square. Now, if you notice, I had a full strip like this of paper towel and fold it in half. I do like to double it up. And then you're going to lay it out on the plate flat. Take your votive candle, set it right in the center, and light it. So this is a really fun physics party trick because I like to start, before you even get this setup going, by saying, hey, to your guests, if you take a wine glass and a plate like this, can you pick up the plate with just the wine glass without touching it? So that's how you can start your party trick, is can you pick up this plate with just a wine glass? So now we've got our setup here. We've got a lit candle on the wet paper towel on top of the plate. You're going to take your wine glass, flip it up over on top of your lit candle, and we're going to let it there until the candle goes out. So what's happening inside, those of you who watch my combustion demonstration understand how that fire works. It has to have a fuel, it has to have oxygen. So eventually it's going to use up all the oxygen in there and it's going to go out. Well, while it was in there, the heat from that candle that's being produced is warming up all of that air inside, and it's helping to leak out because it's spreading out the air, and now all the air around it is pushing down around it, and you can kind of hear that. Well, I guess we'll have to start again because I moved it. It's heating up all that air, all the air around the glass. Let's make sure I got it wet enough too. We might start from scratch there. Science, sometimes you just got to try again. So, all right, so we've got our wet paper towel right in the center. There we go. We've got our votive candle. Again, you want to make sure this is pretty flat. Flip your wine glass on top. Wait for it to go out. Again, it's heating up all the air inside. It's spreading out. It's finding a way out of the glass. You don't have to push down real hard. All right, I don't know if you can hear that hissing, but now all the pressure out here is trying to push down on this glass all around. So we're basically at the bottom of an ocean of air. It's all weighing down on us. So we know that there's a lot of pressure now. It's a low pressure inside, high pressure outside. Oh, this one just doesn't want to work for me today. We're gonna try it one more time. But while this goes, I'm gonna show you one more. I promise, this one is really exciting, and it does work most times. But while I do that, let me show you the next one. You're gonna need a can and some water. Oh, that happened a lot faster than I thought it would. All right, I can hear this hissing. Let me show you here. Not gonna work today. All right, that's my luck, but trust me, keep trying with this one. It does work. You can pick up the glass. I tried it this morning. It's just my luck that it doesn't want to work today. but you can pick this one up with a wine glass. All right, next trick, you're gonna start with a can like this, add a little bit of water, and then you're gonna heat it up. So just a little bit till you hear it sloshing at the bottom. I do have a burner going back here on the stove, so I'm gonna place it very carefully. Now, I've been heating this one up. What you wanna do is, again, heat up that inside. We're creating that low pressure inside because we're heating up all the air inside. Now, let's hope that I got it heated up enough. I'm gonna double check. You want it to be boiling, so let me heat it up just a little bit more. There we go, we can see it nice and red. Because I want this one to work really well for you guys today since we're on a live, and it's just my luck that that first one just didn't want to take today. So we're heating up all the water inside the can. Again, you want to be very careful. If you're doing this at home, you want to make sure that you have adult supervision for this one. If you have heat gloves, that's great too. I am using silicone tongs to make sure that when I touch everything, anything that's hot, I'm going to be nice and safe. This one's not quite boiling yet. The other thing you're going to need for this trick is a bowl full of ice water, really, really cold water. So like with this other trick that we did, it's all about that change in temperature. All right, so I think I see some steam coming out here. I am going to grab this, well, upside down this way. All right, come over. You're going to invert it. None of my tricks want to work for you today. All right, so good thing we've got another one prepped. So theoretically, what should be happening here is watching this crush. And I'm really embarrassed that none of my party tricks want to work to you today, and I think it's just because we're live. So hang tight, let's pull this one off. We'll get this one to boil for us today. This is gonna end up being the one that we want to, the whole video that we're gonna end up going viral because none of the stuff worked. So, all right. I hear it boiling in there. For those of you wondering, I'm sure you all know this, water boils at 212 degrees. So we're gonna see the boiling water, we're gonna see some of the steam coming out there. Again, we've got a nice cold, ice cold bowl of water here. We're gonna carefully bring it out. We've got all kinds of hot air inside. Woo! There we go. All right. Now you can crush a can instantly. You can always challenge your guests, like, can you crush a can? You really can't crush it, but you can use air pressure to crush it, just like we did there by creating that low pressure inside. So heating it up inside, instantly cooling it so that all the pressure outside weighs down on it and crushes that can instantly. Okay, that one worked just fine. We'll get to the coup de grace, the fun one. I know you're all waiting. Now, how many of you have ever pulled a place setting out from underneath a table setting before, a tablecloth out from a table setting? All right, so there's a couple tricks to it, but first it's making sure that you have some good heavy pieces of silverware. Don't try this one at home. Well, you can try it at home. Don't try it with like grandma's china or anything that's really sentimental because it takes at least one try, although I've seen many people get it right the first time. The other trick with this, well, let's just see it happen first because you guys deserve it. Are we ready? Let's see if I can get this right. Good pull, 1, 2, 3. And silverware gets me, but the rest of it stays. All right, now how does that work? The trick is all in the tablecloth on this one, and it's science. So because of friction, if we were to pull this slow, let's reset it. This tablecloth is really, really smooth, right? So if we set the table right here, we'll set it like this. It's really, really smooth, but if we pull slowly, you can see everything drag. So there's friction there where all of these pieces of serveware are getting caught up on this smooth table setting. But if we pull it really, really fast, we can overcome that friction, everything can fall out. So let me grab that silverware again, and let's try it one more time. The other trick is also the edge here. So you might notice, and you probably didn't, it's a detail. If you have a sewn edge like this, it's gonna catch. It's thick and it's not gonna be able to pull out from underneath. You want a nice clean edge where the sewn edge is cut off. So, all right, here we go. Let's do this one more time. Let's hope I can get this one right, because usually I can get it without the silverware falling on me. So, oh, I need to reset it one more time. I've got the wrong edge on this side. I wanna flip it so it's a little bit longer for me. There we go. It just works a tad bit better. If you're trying this at home, again, make sure you talk to your adult before you cut off the edges of any tablecloths. You don't want to cut up anything that's a family heirloom. But this can be a lot of fun, again, since we're all inside trying to find some things to occupy our time. And thinking about some science, so thinking about some physics here. So again, we've got silverware, I got a plate, bowl, the wine glass. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, ready? Here, 1, 2, 3. Much better that time around. All right, I will film another video for picking up a plate with a wine glass so that you can all see it work properly. I apologize if that didn't work today, but you get to be a little entertained when some of my science doesn't work. For this and so much more, of course, check out azscience.org for all kinds of science activities, DIYs, videos, and just a bunch of science to keep you really excited about your curious mind while you are at home safe social distancing. Also, let us know what you think. Make sure you fill out the survey for this video today. It's in the description, so click the link, fill it out, give us a like, dislike, make sure you follow us on social media so that you can stay up to date on all the latest and greatest in the science activities that we've got going on at Arizona Science Center. And we'll see you next time with Sari on Science. Bye guys.